Okay, let's move on to the next session. So the next session is industry engagement session. For the longest time, I think this has been a highlight for APLC. We always realize that to have the best outcomes for patients is a collaborative effort. So both the doctors, the academy, and as well as the industry are very important. And this has been a key feature, and it's been very, very well received. And I think I've mentioned before that this is only our third meeting, and it's really heartening to note that we actually gained quite a lot of traction. In addition to our traditional sponsors, we have new players on board. We have Servier, we have Syndex, we have Daiichi Sankyo. We also have Sumitomo, who is also asking questions. So really, I think it's a testament to the success of the group and efforts in publicity. So without further ado, I want to give this platform to our industry partners who have been very, very generous in their support and to actually talk to us, okay? So we start off with the gold sponsors in order or in by alphabetical order. We have AbbVie. So for AbbVie, we have Moss Yu, the regional lead, medical lead for AbbVie and Moss.
Yes. Okay. So thank you, everyone. My name is Moss. I'm with the regional lead for oncology with AbbVie. I'm based in Singapore, very close by. I'm very happy to be here joining with you in Penang. This is actually my first time in Penang. Haven't been able to see the city. But when I was, coming from all the way here, I already experienced so-called the narrow lanes of Penang, in a sense. But also to thank you, the committee, for giving us this opportunity to introduce our pipelines and also our vision at AbbVie. I think this is where we want to show that this is how we are innovating in science today, hopefully, to beat the cancer tomorrow. And this is my disclosure. So before we begin, just want to note that some of the compounds we'll be discussing today are still investigational. So their efficacy, safety are under investigated. So anything that we'll be sharing with you today, please do not interpret that as a recommendation for any unapproved uses. So for AbbVie, we are actually a quite new company, but I think many of you also know that AbbVie's root actually go all the way back to Abbott's time, 1888. So it's more than 130 years already. So after becoming a dependent company in 2013, we continue that legacy of bringing medicines to patients around the world. And right now we have more than 14,000 scientists, R&D professionals across 17 countries. And we work for the single purpose, just to bring the innovative medications to the patients with serious diseases. In AbbVie, we have dedicated ourselves to a series of different therapeutic areas. Immunology is most people know AbbVie as well, but we also have great portfolios in other therapeutic areas, including neuroscience, biology, and also oncology. Across these different therapeutic areas, we are treating more than 75 conditions in more than 175 countries. And in oncology, we have established these very important foundations, and this is where we will be sharing with you today. So this is some numbers regarding AbbVie oncology today. So today we have 6 assets across the globe, and we still have more than 20 compounds now in clinical development. We have achieved 11 FDA designations for breakthrough, and we are currently running more than 300 clinical studies across 4,000 global sites. And these numbers doesn't just show the breadth of our science, but also AbbVie's commitment in bringing the innovative treatments to patients with cancers. So AbbVie's R&D approaches, especially in oncology, we have 2 strategies. The first is tumor intrinsic, where we are developing small molecules, ADCs, targeting directly the tumor dependency. And also we have the immuno-oncology strategy, where we want to mobilize a patient's immune system to fight against the depressive tumor environment. And so this is where we are dedicated ourselves in the precision medicine field. So with the understanding of the biomarkers, also through the data science, currently we have a wide array of different targets. Some of them you can see here, including CMAT, CD123, and BCMA. And those biomarkers are associated with poor prognosis. So we believe that by understanding them better, we might be able to make a better design and plan for the next generation treatment therapies. So this is a glimpse of the AbbVie's oncology profiles, and including hematological malignancies and also solid tumors. Among these, you will see some familiar names such as venetoclax. Dr. Othman just gave a presentation, and many of that is related to venetoclax in terms of the as a BCL2 inhibitors. And also there is emerging programs, apac, the CD20, CD3 bispecific antibodies. And with that, we would like to focus more on the hematological malignancy here. So venetoclax, you might not believe, but it's actually becoming 10 years old next year. So through this almost 10 years of the collaborations, partnership with many of you here in the field, we are being integrated into the standard of care for many blood cancers. And also building on this strong foundations, we are having this pipelines in terms of the next generation BCL2 and also the BTK degraders, as well as a series of different ADCs targeting different new targets such as CD19 and CD123. So by having this tumor intrinsic targeting combined with the immune modulations, we believe that we might have the chance to provide better medications in the future. And to support all these science advancements, we have a global research network across 17 countries, as you can see here. And many of them are actually within this Asia-Pacific regions. So why, as a global company, we still want to have these footprints in different regions, because we believe that only combining the scientific advancements with local expertise will be able to ensure our medications is really reflecting the real world patient needs. Beyond research, I spend most of my time in the research part, but I also want to emphasize that AbbVie is dedicated ourselves to the education and also the partnerships. And we would like to support, and we are continuing to support this high quality expert-led educational programs such as this one, APLC. Very happy to be here because we believe that collaborating with healthcare professionals like many of you here is the key to bring the translational medications to the patient care. And just a show, quick.
Music.
Isn't so hard when the future is met with confidence. At AbbVie, we believe in driving innovation, novel research, urgency for every patient. We are committed to transforming the way cancer is treated, pushing research forward in apoptosis, B-cell signaling, immuno-oncology, tumor antigen targeting. We are AbbVie. We are committed to oncology.
And with that, I would like to close by just share with you that we always put patients first in our daily activities. And only by bringing all this scientific expertise and also partnership with you, we can advance the patient care. And with that, I would like to thank you for your attention, and also thank you everyone here who shared the mission to beat cancer tomorrow. Thank you.
Wow. Finish exactly with 1 second to spare. So next, we have Amgen. For Amgen, we have Dr. Kopei Chang. He's the medical director regional medical director for Amgen. Thanks, Kopei.
Yeah, my name is Kopei Chang. My honor to introduce Amgen pipeline here. Amgen. Okay, Amgen is a pharmaceutical company. We built in 1980 in Southern Oaks, rural city near the near the Los Angeles, California. Amgen revenue about 20% we will reinvest in the research and the development intervention. In Amgen, we leverage on the knowledge of gene and human gene and also molecular biology. We development the medication for tough diseases. We also own the manufacturing knowledge and the process, so we can continue make improvement. We also have the capability and the lab doing the research in human genome to find the drug target and also leverage on this insight from this drug target. We also build the drug in our own modality and hope to driving the promise of medicine for severe disease. In Amgen, we have four focus therapeutic areas: general medicine, rare disease, oncology, hematology, and also inflammation. These are the currently unmarketed product of Amgen delivered to the patient. There are around 40 products. Besides the biosimilar products, all these products when they marketed when they in the market, most of them are first in class or very innovative compound. For example, Blincyto is the first bispecific T-cell engager in the market. And also, Amgen is the innovator of erythropoietin, thrombopoietin, and also GCSF. So currently, Amgen is developing oncology, hematology pipeline in lung cancer, GI cancer, prostate cancer, and also across the different solid tumor and the hematology indication. First, I have to bring back to the blinatumomab. You may be familiar with it, but there are still some advances for the blinatumomab. For blinatumomab, in 2024 and 2025, the frontline consultation already bring to US, EU, and also Asia Pacific areas. You can see it already from the histologically or molecular relapse and refractory advance to the frontline treatment. In 2025, EHAD, the subcutaneous formulation blinatumomab also released the data. You can show there are very high complete response in relapse and refractory because the dose exposure for blinatumomab in the subcutaneous formulation is 10 to 12 times compared to CIV continued IV intravenous infusion. And also you can see even this patient, they already exposure to ADC or CAR-T or cell therapy or blinatumomab CIV, they can still respond 60% to 70%. They can still respond to this subcutaneous formulation of blinatumomab. That means the T cell will be still can be activated in higher line or later line. So this year and also next year, we will activate the cutaneous blinatumomab frontline consolidation studied in Asia Pacific. So in this frontline consolidation, we will compare subcutaneous formulation versus the CIV formulation. So very soon it will activate in Asia Pacific site. And for the BiTE platform, blinatumomab is the first, but the half-life is very, very short, only 2 to 4 hours. So there are the half-life extension bispecific T-cell engager. We already have the product tarlatamab in treating small cell lung cancer and approved across different countries. We also have the 2+1 bispecific T cell engager antibody that currently is under phase 3 prostate cancer indication. We also have the dual targeting BiTE. Let's combine the two BiTE, two target BiTE. Currently is under early phase study. So I will have some example about the precision medicine development in Amgen. Currently in pipeline, we have the KRAS G12C mutation compound sotorasib, and also the pan-KRAS mutation, and also the 193 PRMT5 inhibitor, NG 355 CCR8 inhibitor, and also the WRN inhibitor. So how we design this drug in Amgen for the KRAS G12C, in order for the specificity and affinity, we have to know the molecular KRAS G12C protein. We found there are 3 unique parts. First is the 1612, the mutant protein. And also there is a packet 2, there is a cleft. We can insert the compound into this cleft, and also bind to H95, an amino acid that's unique for the KRAS protein. So we designed the drug sotorasib. We also have the lab in Denmark. We use the DNA encoded library, so we can simulate the protein pool in the cell, and then testing the small molecular compound. If it's specific enough, you can see from very, very low dose, our compound will capture KRAS G12C, and it's very clean. It didn't capture other protein in the cell. And also, the next I want to introduce is AMG 193. It's NTA cooperative PRMT5 inhibitor. We know PRMT5 inhibitor can stop the DNA replication and the metabolism of cancer cells, but it's also doing the damage to the normal cell. So the compound AMG 193 is only combine the PRMT5 inhibitor when the cell have the NTA accumulation. NTA is methicillin amino acid and also adenine combination. Is intermediate the metabolite and very short half-life in the normal cell. But if the cell have the untapped enzyme depletion, then the NTA will accumulate in the cell. Then the AMG 193 can do effect.
Okay, yeah, we need to wrap up.
Okay. Yeah, I will end very soon. You can see there is high prevalence across different tumor types. I will not go to the rest to compound, but in Amgen, we are doing the targeted research in Iceland, doing the DNA. So you can see in 2024, there are different drug targets that we already identified. And this year, we already doing the preclinical study. Hope this compound can bring to the patient very soon. So this is our aspiration. Yeah, I will end with a video. Thank you.
Toughest diseases, such as cancer, cardiovascular disease, osteoporosis, asthma, and rheumatoid arthritis. We live in a new era of human health, and Amgen continues to accelerate the pace of change. Tools like AI, generative biology, and human data help us bring new therapies to patients even faster. At Amgen, it's about making every moment count and counting on having more moments.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on, we have from Novartis, Dr. Mayuresh Fajade. He's the country medical head for Malaysia.
Yeah, good afternoon, distinguished guest speakers and esteemed colleagues. We are thankful for this opportunity to share. I'm Mayu, Country Medical Head for Malaysia, Brunei. I'll be representing Novartis to share our Novartis pipeline. So these are just the standard disclaimers as shared earlier as well. I mean, please refer to your respective country prescribing informations for the approved indication for all the products which we will be sharing henceforth. So at Novartis, we are reimagining the medicines to extend and improve the people's lives. And we are doing this through using our innovative development platforms to address the greatest unmet needs of the healthcare systems across the globe. Our vision is to become the most valued and trusted medicines company in the world. And when we say most valued, it's not only in terms of the performance, but as well how our innovation can help our patients across the globe. And underlying this purpose and vision, we have 3 values: inspired, curious, and unbossed, with the integrity for the patients. In our pipeline and the focus, Novartis has 5 key therapeutic areas: cardiovascular, immunology, neuroscience, solid tumors, and hematology. In addition to that, of course, we also work across our global biomedical research in the space of infectious disease and other rare diseases. Looking at our drug development platforms, Novartis is something who goes beyond our standard development platforms such as chemistry and biotherapeutics. Currently, we are focusing a lot on the 3 novel drug development platforms, which include xRNAs, radioligand therapies, and cell and gene therapies. In xRNAs, we are using the different forms of the RNAs to modify the biological pathways in human body. Through radioligand therapy platforms, we are developing the targeted radiations at cancer cells without having any impact to the neighboring tissues or the human body. In cell and gene therapy, we are either modifying the genetic makeup of the human beings or resetting the full cellular system of the diseases. Now, just to look at the very overview of the product development portfolio of the Novartis, I think across the 5 therapeutic areas, we have more than 100 molecules in the development, which span across the phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 of the clinical development. In oncology alone, we have 35 products in various phases of the development, and hematology has around 10 products. Just to have a glimpse of what are the key diseases we are focusing across these 5 therapeutic areas, I won't go across all the diseases, but specifically highlighting the diseases we are focusing in hematology, which includes non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, acute myeloid leukemia, myelodysplastic syndrome, CML, multiple myelomas, PNH, and ITP. I think Novartis is very well known for our continued legacy in the space of CML since last few decades, and we are still continue to have that legacy and presence in the CML. In pipeline assets itself for the hematology, the 3 key molecules which I have highlighted here are the iptacopan, ianalumab, and the CAR-T therapy, which is YTB323. Just to dive a little bit deeper in the hematology space, so when we look at the our presence across the different indications in the hematology, we can clearly see that when it comes to the lymphoblastic leukemia, we have the 2 key molecules in the phase 1, which is PIT565, which is a trispecific antibody targeted at the CD19. Then another one is YTB323, which is a novel CAR-T therapy, again for the lymphoblastic leukemia. In the lymphomas or the CLL space, we have multiple molecules in phase 1 and 2, which includes ianalumab, PT565, YTB323, and ianalumab. While when we look at the MDS, we have a novel NLRP3 inhibitor, which is DFV890 in the phase 1 at this point of time. For PNH, we have iptacopan, while in ITP and the cold agglutinin diseases, we are exploring the asciminib as well, and sorry, iptacopan. And for CML, we are focusing again as asciminib. When we look at the same portfolio across the different types of the therapies, so here in immuno-oncology space, the therapies which act in tumor environment or T-cell modification, B-cell modifications, we have ianalumab, PIT565, DFV890, and ianalumab. While in CAR-T, we have the novel CAR-T, which is YTB323. So this is a quite novel CAR-T therapy, which I'll maybe explain a little bit more, because compared to our first CAR-T, which was approved in the United States, Kymriah, this is much better than Kymriah because it includes the T-charge platform, which enables us to develop this CAR T much, much faster than the traditional CAR T therapies. Traditionally, CAR T therapies usually take 10 days to be ready in ex vivo, but this T-charge platform is enabling us to develop CAR T within 2 days in ex vivo, because most of the multiplication of T cells happens in vivo once the CAR T is injected. This is also helping us to reduce the dose by almost 25 times compared to traditional CAR T therapies. And with this YTB323, we are really exploring multiple unaddressed diseases in the space of hematology. Moving to the targeted therapies, we have growth factor signaling inhibitors as well as the complement pathway inhibitors, and this includes asciminib and ianalumab-like molecules. So I think with this few slides and only highlighting the few key molecules for the Novartis, I think we are committed to keep our leadership in the hematology through this pipeline in coming years. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for taking the time. Before I pass on to my co-chair, I see a lot of people standing. There are seats behind, seats here, seats there. Can you just move and then don't be shy. There are seats behind there, seats here, seats here. Okay, so don't be shy. Just move.
We move on to the silver sponsor, and to start it off, J&J and Dr. Eunice Saw, the regional medical advisor, will give her perspective on her pipeline.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Eunice So, Regional Medical Advisor for Hematology, Southeast Asia and India at Johnson & Johnson. And I'm based in Singapore. And thank you very much to the organizers of the APLC for the opportunity to participate in this very excellent summit and in the vibrant city of Penang. Now, before I begin, just a couple of disclaimers, which I will not read out. I think on the next slide really is an overview of the J&J hematology malignancy portfolio. We have several clinical development programs across plasma cell dyscrasias, B-cell and myeloid malignancies. In the interest of time, this morning, we will briefly review two promising therapies currently in phase 2 and phase 3 development for AML and in large B-cell lymphoma. For myeloid malignancies, on the left, we have bleximenib. This is an oral menin inhibitor that targets dysregulated protein-protein interactions that contribute to the aberrant transcriptional regulation that we may often see in AML. I think, in addition, we do have several bispecifics, I would say antibodies currently in clinical development for AML and MDS. All right, zooming in, this is a slide on the clinical development stages of J&J myeloid malignancies portfolio. And you can see that in the top half, we have bleximenib, which is currently being evaluated in 4 studies in monotherapy and combination in frontline as well as relapse AML. All right, now just really to dive in a little bit on the data. So this is the latest data presented. This is the latest. One second. All right. So this is the latest data that was presented by Professor Andrew Wei at EHA from the phase 1b multi-arm study evaluating bleximenib in combination with Ven/Aza in newly diagnosed as well as relapsed AML with KMT2A and NPN1 alterations. Bleximenib demonstrates high overall response and CR rates in combination therapy, both in frontline and relapse refractory settings. In addition, at the recommended phase 2 dosing, which is at 100 milligram twice daily, low rates of differentiation syndrome and observed with no grade 3 QTc prolongation. Bleximenib is currently under evaluation in phase 3 studies in newly diagnosed patients harboring KMT2A and NPN1 alterations. The unfit study evaluating bleximenib with Ven/Aza is ongoing, and we are expecting the phase 3 trial for fit patients with bleximenib and chemotherapy to be starting very soon in partnership with the HOVON Group. Now, switching gears a little bit to large B-cell lymphoma. So Prislocel, formerly known as J&J 4496, is a CD20, CD19 dual targeting CAR T, and this is currently in advanced development with promising data. On the right, you will see the phase 1b study design that evaluates weight-based and fixed dose in relapsed disease. At all doses and at the RP2D, high CR rates were observed, and this was regardless of the lines of prior therapies. On the safety profile, at the RP2D, there were no grades of 3 or 4 CRS events, and most were in grade 1. I also would like to highlight that low rates of ICANS were observed, and all were resolved without sequelae. In this study, no prophylactic tocilizumab or steroids were used. I think I want to wrap up to really say we are looking forward very much to continued partnerships with the APLC and access and across the Asia-Pacific region. Thank you for your kind attention. I don't have a video, but I think welcome you to stop by our J&J booth located right outside the ballroom. Over back to you, Professor Goh and Dr. Ng, and happy to take any questions.
Thanks. We move on to Astellas, and to represent Astellas is Rebecca Ching, the Singapore and Malaysian medical head.
So thank you, Dr. Ng, for the warm introduction. So I'm very glad to be here in Penang, Malaysia, as there's always a sense of warmth and familiarity from our Malaysian colleagues. Yeah, so a quick introduction of Astellas. We are a Japanese company, and our headquarters is in Tokyo, Japan. And we do have a regional office in Singapore. So I'm based in Singapore, and we do have colleagues Jamie and Evelyn, whom some of our delegates here have spoken to. So let me just move on to the next slide. Okay, so overview in terms of our strategic brands. So other than medical affairs, recently I'm also heading the government affairs team in Astellas. So we are looking at the on-market portfolio of oncology, ophthalmology, as well as urology. So for the current business portfolio that we have a total of 6 strategic brands, and Zospata, which is one of our key brands, and also in collaboration with APLC, we are doing a spotlight series for an education partnership at 2 o'clock today for the MRD forum. Yeah, so if you can take a look at the Zospata, it's a TKI that is indicated for the relapsed and refractory patient population with FLT3 mutation. Then in terms of our early pipeline, we have about, in terms of our revenue, about 20% of our revenue goes into the early stage pipeline in the 4 primary focus area. And, you know, where I was speaking to the various government agencies and ministries, the ministers and the government agencies typically associate Astellas as the transplant company, but we are evolving in the oncology space where we are looking at immuno-oncology. There is quite a number of, you know, perhaps in terms of investments and R&D in the KRAS inhibitor in the solid tumor space. Then we are looking at genetic regulation as well as targeted protein degradation. So for this, within the solid tumor space, we are also investigating how that is translatable to the hematological malignancies as well. And with that, just shifting gear back to our on-market portfolio, though we have a total of more than 9 business portfolio within Astellas, we are right now focusing on the relapsed refractory AML space. As we can see that in terms of our launches, we have launched in the Singapore market, Australia market, as well as Korea, China, back in 2020 and 2021. And more recently in Malaysia, we have launched for about 2 years, and Vietnam for about a year. And it does show that there's a key unmet medical need within this region. And with that, I will end with my presentation, and thank you for your attention.
We move on to AstraZeneca. Fahana Isa, who's a medical advisor for Malaysia and Singapore.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone. First of all, thank you to APLC for crafting this dedicated session to industry for us to share our priorities and also our pipeline. This is my disclaimer. So just to let you know that, AstraZeneca, we have a very strong presence in terms of solid tumor, especially in the breast cancer, lung cancer, ovarian, and also GIGU. But we have expanded our portfolio into hematology. So at AstraZeneca, we have a very clear vision in shaping the future of hematology by uniting the precision medicine, broad modality innovation, and strategic pathway for these transformative therapies to reach the patient. So how are we going to do this is to focus on the four main mechanisms of cancer biology, which to focus in the immuno-oncology, targeted therapies, DNA damage response, and also ADC, which has become much more important in hematology. So as you can see here, this will be our modalities and our focus disease area. So right now, as everyone knows, we have a very strong presence for the chronic lymphocytic leukemia, but there will be a lot more disease areas that we are going tapping in, especially in DLBCL, follicular lymphoma, and also other leukemia or lymphoma-related disease. And due to this extensive disease area, definitely we also have to expand as well in terms of our modalities, where we're going to focus on the cell therapy, immune engagers, such as the T-cell engager and also ADC. But what is most important is that we are going to expand in the next 5 years to focus on the 5 assets. We are going to launch 20 launches, which focusing more on the new molecules and also new indication. So this is how vast our pipeline is in the next 5 years, where you can see there's a lot more study that we are going to venture in. Outside of CLL, we focus on the DLBCL and many more. And this is just to reiterate our molecules currently under our development, where we're focusing more on the bispecific T-cell engagers such as the CD20, CD3. And for acalabrutinib, even though it has a strong presence for CLL and MCL, we are going to further expand the indication into other therapeutic areas as well. So this is just to highlight what is the study that we have for different type of hematology-related disorder. And even for acalabrutinib, we also have a very extensive study, and hopefully we can bring this in for the patient. So at AstraZeneca, we are very committed in bringing in the healthcare unity, where we're not only focusing on science, but we also focus on the early detection, the diagnostic analysis, and also to bringing care to all the necessary patients. And of course, at AstraZeneca, we are welcome for partnership and collaboration with healthcare institute, with scientific society, not only locally, but also regional society as well. So with that, I thank you, and hopefully can we further collaborate in the future.
Thanks for the most bullish forecast to date. We move on to Beijing. Mr. Fu Qiyong will give a perspective, the global progress and expansion.
Hi, good morning, I think. Yeah, still good morning. My name is Fu here. Let me just skip this one. So I think you have enough of the disclaimer. Okay, I'm the medical leads for Malaysia, BeiGene. Some of you might have already aware that BeiGene is going to have a new chapter soon, and we are no longer called BeiGene, maybe after this September in Malaysia, but in Singapore, we have already completed the transition. So BeiGene will soon be known as B1 in Malaysia and across the Asia Pacific region. And I think most of the time when I go out and talk to our stakeholders about our name change, the only questions that I often get from our stakeholder is why? Why do we need a name change, right? And that is the things that I want to talk to you about today. So the short answer is that it actually reflects how far we have come from and how far we want to go with our stakeholders, and therefore the one symbols that you see on the logo. And to illustrate that, you will see that BeiGene started way back in 2010, 15 years ago. In fact, we just celebrated our 15 years anniversary just 2 weeks ago, right? And then we started off with our BTK inhibitor discovery program. We started with our PD-L1 discovery program just 1 year after our incorporation in BeiGene. And then we move on. We achieved our first FDA approval just as short as 9 years, which is an industry record actually. So from that on, we expanded. We now have our manufacturing facilities. We also have our presence across 40 different markets, supported by 11,000 of staff with just 15 years of history. Right, so I'm sure that we are in a hematology conference today, so you will be very interested in these slides, which basically I just want to very quickly list out to you the portfolio that we have. Zanubrutinib, I'm sure you have already heard enough, but what is more exciting is actually the BTK CDAC that we have, which is a protein degrader after our BTK, even in a BTK resistant case. We have our PCL inhibitors, BCL2 inhibitors, sonrotoclax, and I'm happy to share that it got recently FDA breakthrough designation, which we are now planning for an early access program in Asia Pacific region, including Malaysia. So with this, I hope that I give you a glance of what BeiGene changing the name to B1 is about, as well as our forward-looking pipeline that's directly relevant to you. So with that, thank you so much.
Thank you. We come to the last speaker, Inti Aslan Rajat Adam for Servier. Yes.
Right. Good morning, selamat pagi to everyone, and thank you so much for this opportunity. Yeah, I'm particularly excited today because I've been given 180 seconds to showcase Servier and our new journey in oncology, and I'll do my very best. Yeah. All right. As you may well be aware, Servier is a French company. It's the second largest pharmaceutical company in the world. Yeah, it comes after Sanofi. And what is unique about Servier is it is governed by a non-profit foundation. So in short, it is not a public listed company. So we don't have shareholders influencing us. All the strategic decisions are taken by the executive committee with one sole purpose, that is none other than to make a meaningful difference in the lives of patients. And if you see with regards to our geographic footprint, we're very strong in cardiology, in hypertension, in diabetes, in dyslipidemia, in 140 countries. Okay. At the same time, of late, we have gone into oncology, and the commitment is the same. So in this case, we stay very committed and focused in making this meaningful difference in rare cancer patients. So very quickly, in terms of our journey in oncology, it all started back in 2015. So there was an in-licensing product that came into Servier, which is by Taiho, which is for colorectal cancer and gastric cancer, Lonsurf. This gave us the opportunity to make our commercial presence in Europe. Unfortunately, many parts of Asia, we were not given the license to market this product. But it was only until 2018, the acquisition of Shire, that was able to give us two important assets. One is pegylated asparaginase for ALL, and also irinotecan for pancreatic cancer. So this gave us also opportunity to get into the US market and also to further broaden our commercial presence in Asia. In 2020, there was an acquisition of Symphogen, is a biotech company. So you can see that Servier is very much into R&D. So this was very much needed in the field of oncology. And at the same time, Agios in 2021, we were able to further broaden into hemato-oncology. And this is where we had a very promising asset, which you are very familiar with, ivosidenib, okay? And in 2024, there was a launch of vorasidenib in US, which is also for low-grade glioma, for IDH mutation. This further expanded in terms of our presence in precision therapy. And what is very interesting is within a short span of time, I'm extremely proud and excited to share this news that Servier was ranked #1 among many other pharma companies when it came to our collaboration and our initiative with patient group. Okay, and this is something that we were really take pride of, yeah. And our pipelines in oncology moving forward, I'm really excited to share that the vast majority of the projects that's been dedicated in research and also in development is focused in the field of oncology. As you can see, out of the 61 projects in Servier, 33 is coming from oncology. And very quickly for me to just share with you, as you can see, EVO are pretty much towards the late development with regards to AML and also for MDS. And moving forward, we do have agents working in terms of menin inhibitor and also as an antineoplastic, particularly in the field of ALL and also for diffused B-cell lymphoma and also for MDS. And we are really looking forward for this collaboration with each and every one of you as we are excited in this journey that we have embarked on. Ribuan terima kasih. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your stay in command.
Thank you very much. Okay, with that, we come to the end of the session. There's supposed to be a Q&A, but in interest of time, I think we will just leave the Q&A open. I think all the representatives, their booths are outside. Even those that don't have a booth, the reps will be going around and continue to engage them on an informal basis. Now, we have quite a packed program, so I'm here to give you all the admin instructions. With this, after this, we break for lunch, and we need to come back punctually at 12:50. Remember, 12:50 sharp, assemble back here. The reason being is that the afternoon plenary session for AML is actually dovetailed together with the Spotlight series, LMRE series. And so for the plenary session and the Spotlight sessions, they'll be simultaneously satellite broadcasted to many sites around Asia-Pac and outside Asia-Pac, including Russia. So we have colleagues sitting in offices, in lunch places in Singapore, in Russia, and all over, eagerly waiting to join us at 12:50 sharp for the lecture, which is actually coordinated with the Spotlight series. So remember to come back on time and have a quick break, okay? Now, we have one final task before we break out, that is photography. Tertius or Yoke, you want to, we really need to take this photo because this is our KPI. So, but it's very challenging. So it's getting bigger, it's gonna be harder. So those, you wanna give instructions how to take.
To the front, please, and then shorter people in front. And then I think the taller people should start on the stage, is it? Okay, cross that out. Sit down.
Okay, Eric, full marks for innovation. Take from the stage, you stand on the chair, and then you take all of us. That's. Those who have no chairs, just stand around quickly. The longer we get this photo, the shorter your lunch break will be. Okay, quick. We really have to make up for a lot of time. So just stand around and then, make it informal. Photographer, quick. Don't fall down. We don't have insurance. So make sure you can see the photographer. If you can't see them, that means the camera can't see you.